culture has developed a variety of programs and then resources within each of those programs to help you educate others on these 10 universal principles and these 4 levels of happiness. And I want to share them with you now and show you the tools and even show you some of the videos and things that we have. I think you're really going to enjoy this so that you can start to get a sense of how you can use these tools. Most of them are free. Some of them you have to pay a little bit for, but I think you can find enough through the free tools that you'll be able to get started. Let's go through the first program, which is our program we'll start with the young ones. We actually are developing right now a K through 8 curriculum. We have kindergarten, first grade, and second grade completed at this time, and we will add 3rd, 4th through 8th grade. And so some of that will be rolling out. Some of it may be rolled out by the time you watch this. But I'm just going to take you through the K through 2nd grade curriculum right now. It's called Philo and Sophie, Philosophy for Children. Philo is a penguin, and Sophie is a mermaid, and Philo and Sophie together spell philosophy. And so I'm going to take you through this program. Let's take a look. This is Philo and Sophie's website. It's philoandsophie.org. And you can hop on this website. The first page you will see, I'm already registered and logged in, but the first page you will see is a registration page. It's free to register right now. And so you can go in and it just asks for a few questions, your name, you've got to have a login and a login password, and then it'll take you to this page. What we teach is happiness, success, and contradictions, that first principle of logic to young students. And the whole goal of this program is to get these young students already thinking in terms of living for something better than what the culture is positioning them for. You know that often in school, sadly, and in cultural things like magazines and books and movies, music, theater, television, these things as children grow are going to be very strongly pushing them into level 1 and level 2 beliefs and attitudes on all 10 of those cultural categories. And so we need to get them while they're young, helping them to live for what is truly worthy of them and seeing the truth about who they are and what they are meant to live for. And so we found a way to teach those 4 levels of happiness to kindergartners. That's unit 1. Then we move into how you define success and even value and worth, the value and worth of a human person in unit 2. That's first grade. And then we teach them the principle of contradictions in the 3rd grade. And in the 2nd grade. And we've called them unit 1, 2, and 3 instead of kindergarten, first and second, because they're actually pretty interchangeable. We've tested all 3 of these units in kindergarten and in first grade and in 2nd grade, and they work really well with all 3 of those grades. You can even use these on your 4th, 5th, and 6th grade kids. And frankly, I've done this for high school kids where they watch the Philo and Sophie episodes and they absolutely love them. But they're intended for kindergarten, first and 2nd grade. And so I'm going to show you what happens when you click, for example, into unit 3, which is our unit on contradictions. You'll see 3 lessons. Each lesson is a classroom period. You can do it at home with your own children. You can do it in a school or in a religious education class, a Sunday school, a Bible study class with kids. And lesson 1 on the principle of non-contradiction first talks about, well, what is truth? How do you know what truth is? And it's kind of Sesame Street style. It's got some really fun little vignettes that, in a video. So the first thing you would do is you would play the video. And then you would talk about it. If you want, there's a whole bunch of learning materials that you can download here. And the learning materials include teacher resources, handouts, and even some activities. And so if you utilize those activities, you can use them in a classroom, you can use them in your home as well. And if you do that, the way I would do it is first you go through, you print out the learning materials, you would go through the parent or teacher piece. Then you show the video, which is about maybe 12 minutes, anywhere between 9 and 12 minutes long. And then there's a hands-on activity for the student to learn. This one teaches them what are contradictions and how contradictions don't work. And then lesson 3 is a song called Contradictions Are Fiction. We've woven all these wonderful original songs into the curriculum that are catchy, and the kids absolutely love them. I want to show you one of the videos so that you get a sense of how we teach and what it is that we're doing. What we're trying to do in the 2nd grade with this curriculum is to help young people understand that there is such a thing as objective truth, and that something cannot be true and not true at the same time, at the same place, in the same respect. You cannot, this little cartoon here, you cannot be a square and a circle at the same time, at the same place. You're either one or the other. You can't be both because they're mutually exclusive. And what we do is we go through the basic principle, we teach that, and then the last unit of every episode of each one of these grades, the last lesson applies it to a pro-life theme, but we do it in a way that's innocent so that young people are not, that they aren't given something that they're not ready for. So we don't actually talk about abortion. In this clip that I'm going to show you here in just a minute, Philo and Sophie, the characters, have learned that you cannot make contradictions, that they just simply don't work. And this episode includes Sophie the mermaid and another character called Frank the monster. And I want you to take a watch and see how this is all integrated. Just have some fun with this.
And off they went.
Dobby. Oh, Katya, what did you eat for lunch? Your stomach is huge.
Hi, Frank. That's not lunch. That's a baby.
You ate a baby?
No. I am having a baby. That's where baby grows, inside the mommy's tummy.
Katya, I hate to tell you this, but that's definitely not a baby. I think you've been maybe eating a little too much these days. Maybe you should cut back and do some exercises. Oh, here, I'll show you some monster exercises.
Okay.
Hop, 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 hop. Wow!
Thanks, Frank. But I don't think those exercises would be good for the baby. She's pretty big now.
Katya, there is no baby in there.
There really is.
Well then, how come I can't see him?
Well, she's actually a girl, and you cannot see her because she's deep inside my womb.
Your what?
My womb.
You've got a room inside your stomach?
It is actually called a womb with a W.
A womb.
Yes, a womb is a soft sac where baby grows inside the mommy's belly.
Well, I don't believe there's a baby in there because I can't see it.
Well, you believe in God, don't you?
Well, of course I believe in God, Katya.
But you cannot see him.
Well, that's different. Well, I'll tell you what. Because I don't believe you and you don't believe me, we'll say it's a baby for you, but for me, it's lunch.
Oh, I know this.
Oh, hi, Sophie.
Yeah, hi, Frank.
Oh, Katya here thinks that she ate a baby.
Yeah,
I
but-
told her it's just her lunch, but she's pretty convinced that she ate a baby. I don't want to upset her, so I told her that it's a baby for her, but not for me.
Yeah, I know that, Frank. I heard you. But you can't do that.
Oh, can't do what? Why not?
You can't say it's a baby for one person, but not for another person, because that's a counter-schmicklin.
You mean contradiction?
Yeah, that's what I said. You can't have it be a baby for one person and not for another at the same time, depending on who's looking at it or whether or not they want it to be. It either is or it isn't, but it can't be both at the same time. That's a contradiction. Yeah.
Well then, what is it?
It is a baby. Here, let me show you.
Oh,
See?
Ah!
This is what the baby looks like before she's born, when she's only 1 month old. I know, she does look much like a baby when she's only 4 weeks old. But that's how we all started out. She's actually only about the size of a sesame seed right now.
a sesame seed. Oh, yeah.
See? This will become her spine. And her heart is already beating.
Her heart?
Wow.
Wow.
Here, she's at 2 months old.
Oh,
You can see her eye there, and her little hands and feet. She's about a half an inch big, like the size of a nickel.
Well, a nickel?
that's really small.
Here, she's 4 months old. She can blink her eyes, and she has fingerprints.
Wow, it's tiny.
Yeah.
This baby is 5 months old. She's about 6 inches long, and she can suck her thumb.
Oh, I suck my thumb sometimes.
stretch, yawn, and even make faces if she doesn't like the way something tastes.
I wonder if she likes seaweed. I love seaweed!
And here is an ultrasound of my baby Julia, who is right here inside my tummy.
Oh!
But what's an ultrasound?
Yeah, what's an ultrasound?
An ultrasound is a machine that doctors use to see inside your body. They can take pictures and even videos of a mother's baby inside of her.
Whoa, that's amazing!
Maybe a little weird.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I could see the baby moving.
Oh, that would be so cute.
Well, you might be able to feel Julia moving.
What?
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, here,
Whoa.
give me your hand.
wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Whoa!
I felt it move.
What was that? A kid
Oh,
or
I
something?
felt them. That was awesome.
Yeah, and it was weird.
Oh, do it again.
Do it again. Do it again.
There really is a baby in there.
Oh, baby.
Hi, baby.
Oh,
My
I
name
love
is
you.
Frank. Can't wait to meet you, baby Julia.
Oh, don't hurt the baby. Oh, I love you, baby.
Okay, so
Videos, activities, and
Oops,
parent-teacher
I messed up that
resources
one.
that
So
teach
that
happiness.
is our curriculum on Philo and Sophie. I hope you like that. That's a lot of fun to do, and we really enjoyed putting it together. The second program that we have created is designed for high school students, 9th through 12th grade, and it's called Principles and Choices. You can access this at principlesandchoices.com, which is the website, again, principlesandchoices.com. And although it's created for 9th through 12th graders, it can also be used. We've tested it in 7th and 8th grade classrooms as well, and in 7th and 8th grade homeschool cooperatives and homeschool homes. And it works very well with that age as well, as long as you have a parent or a teacher that's really engaged with the curriculum. Some of the pieces will have to be removed because it's a little over their head or they're just not the right maturity level yet. But most of it can be used and is quite effective in that age group as well. But the target is 9th through 12th grade. There are 3 different textbooks. The first one, they're student workbooks, combined textbooks. And the first one is called Identity and Values. It's on those 4 levels of happiness. And then the second one is called Truth and Reason. It's on the 3 principles of truth and logic. And then the last one is called Ethics and Justice. And it's on the 3 principles of ethics and the 3 principles of justice. And I want to show you how we've designed the curriculum and the tools that are available for you. This program, there are some free tools in it, but most of it you have to purchase. We have ebooks, so you can use ebooks. There are teacher books that go along with it. And then there are a bunch of extraneous tools. This is the book that all the curriculum came from, 10 Universal Principles, written by Father Spitzer, A Brief Philosophy of the Life Issues. Father Spitzer wrote this at the college level, so it's for college students and adults. And we took that curriculum and we kind of digested it onto the teenage level and the high school level. And but the book itself, 10 Universal Principles, can be used in upper level high school classes. The textbooks can be applied in 9th grade for book 1, 10th grade for book 2, and 11th grade for book 3. That's usually how we do it. Or you can combine all 3 books to make a 1 semester class in any of those grades, 9th grade, 10th, 11th, or 12th grade. Usually what we do though is we recommend, if you're going to use it in a school setting, use book 1 in the 9th grade in a theology or religion class, book 2 in the 10th grade in a science class or physiology class, and book 3 in the 11th grade in either a history class or a social studies class. You can also, if you have a philosophy program, you can use all 3 books in a philosophy class, or if you have a pro-life curriculum, you can insert it there. Each book takes about a week to 2 weeks to go through, so about 5-day periods or 10-day periods, depending on how much of the program you want to do. You can do it in as few as 5 days per book, or you can use all of the different tools and things that come along with it and make it into a 2-week program. In the 12th grade, if you'd like, we have a play. It's called Robert and Emma, and a play about life's choices, or a play in 4 acts. And what that play does is it takes all of the different pieces of the curriculum 4 levels of happiness, logic, ethics, and justice. And it splits them into a dramatic play between 2 characters, Robert and Emma, who are high school students at the time that the play first starts. And it takes you through this drama about life and death and abortion and miscarriages, and you get to see these 2 characters grow through the play, and there's a love interest involved, and somebody dies. I won't tell you who, but it's a really exciting play, and we've got it both in paper script as well as we've got it as a audio drama. So you can purchase the audio drama, and it's kind of like a radio play. And you can do that in the 12th grade if you'd like, where kind of the whole thing ties together with this drama, and they go through the entire curriculum again in these 4 different class periods with a handout that goes with it. Or you can just integrate these audio dramas into book 1, 2, and 3. That's also something that you can do. And then we have the teacher books that go along with it. The teacher books include all the resources you need. It's very plug and play. And the website itself has a little quick code place here where you can insert codes that take you to, on this upper right side of the screen, there are codes that will take you to exams, tests, quizzes, study guides, little videos that are embedded, so that every now and then in the teacher guide, it'll say, play this video, and it's all right there for you. It's all laid out. It's very easy to use. It's driven by this website. And then we can also help you explore different ways that you can implement the curriculum. I wanted to show you just a little bit of the samples so that you can get a sense of what's in the pieces, and you get a sense of how the curriculum is run. So there's the textbooks, there's this teacher books. The teacher books have slides already done, full PowerPoint presentations with full lecture notes, so you don't even have to prepare that. There's a sample of the Robert and Emma drama online, so you can get a sense of what that drama is like. And then the Life in the Flash game set takes there's 10 laminated flashcards. Each one of them reinforces one of those 10 principles in the curriculum. And then on the back of the card has a dilemma, a moral dilemma that the students have to discuss and solve without violating the principle on the front of their card. So they kind of break into groups of 2 or 3, they discuss what's on their card, and then they come back together as a whole group and they dialogue on their findings. It's a really great way to integrate the program. If you want to take a look inside these books, I'll just show you inside Ethics and Justice and give you just a little idea of how we've divided them down. In each of these textbooks, we first teach the principles, you can see there, and then we'll get into a deeper concept here on freedom. And then at the end of the book, after they've learned the principles and the students have embraced them and are really, really falling in love with these deeper principles, then we apply them to abortion and euthanasia. We say, okay, here's how abortion is violating every one of these principles we just talked about. Here's how euthanasia destroys civilization and all these